Alright troops, it's your Da. Welcome to Skateboarding with your Da. As you can tell, there's not an awful lot of skateboarding happening just now. The weather's rotten, it's that time of year, so we're getting into the Christmas spirit. I'd hoped that I'd be able to find a Santa hat somewhere, but I've not got one in the house, so my chair's wearing the Santa hat, that's good enough. I've got my Christmas tree, we've got the Wayne's Pikachu Christmas jumpers drying in the radiator in the background. I think that's about as close to being in the festive spirit as I'm going to get tonight. Speaking of spirits, the subject of tonight's video, going to be making some concoctions. I'll give you a wee bit of background. Every year, round about this time, a couple of weeks before Christmas, usually a bit too late to be doing anything with this, I tend to get the idea to make some boozy concoctions, which involves getting some fruit or sweets and pouring it all into a mason jar, or even just sticking it in the bottle, which is what I'm going to be doing with these. You put it in infusions and the alcohol dissolves it. So that's what we're doing tonight, just something a wee bit different. So here we go. You can pretty much do this with any sweetie or candy, whatever part of the world you're in. These are just your plain old 70 pence a bag, I think they were, toffee sweets. I've made pineapple vodka, apple and berry concoctions and things like that. My favourite one that I've made, I think, was, I absolutely love tequila. I could just pour it in a glass and sip it like a whiskey. I just love the stuff. So one year I got some tequila and vodka. I made two separate ones. If I remember right, it was tequila and lime, possibly apple. Other favourite of mine was this, and another one that I made was rhubarb and custard hard-boiled sweets. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get a hold of them this time, so I'm just doing the one flavour this year, for now anyway. What you need to do with these, for the looks of it, aren't going to fit in the bottle. I might have to cut them up. I have to go and get a chopping board and a sharp knife and get them cut in half. So that might be a laugh. Hold that thought. Right then, gonna have to adjust the camera for this actually. Right, so I've opted for the biggest bastard of a knife that I've got in my drawer. Why no? This could go against me, or it could make life very easy. We shall find out now. Ooh, gave myself a fright there. Here we go. How many am I going to go for? 35cl bottle, taking a wee bit out of the top so that I can fit the sweeties in and give myself a bit of shaking room. What would we say that is? About 300ml? 250? Probably 300. I'm going to go for, say, 6 sweets to start with, and we'll see how that goes. I honestly cannot remember for the life of me how many I used before. I originally got this idea from a guy called the Tipsy Bartender. Some of his concoctions are absolutely mad, some of them are pretty clever, and neither of those things are exclusive, by the way. I think it was him anyway, it might have been someone else. There's a few people on social media that do things like this. If I remember right, it was like he used half a pack. When I did it, I just used like a handful of sweets. Just flung a few in, shook it up. It was plenty sweet enough with the amount that I put in. I dread to think how sweet it was going to be with the amount that he put in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Put that aside. Should I stick one in there? Shite bag if you didn't? Nah. It'll no work, it'll just stick to the bottom. Shite bag. So just do it where you can see it. Aye, that's plenty. Stick the lid on nice and tight. You're a wee sugar. If I remember right, it takes bloody ages to dissolve them. Giving it a good shake does help. Be a few hours minimum for the alcohol to do its thing. Saying that though, you can see it getting a bit cloudy. I'm going to give it another wee shake and then I'm going to give it a taste. Surprisingly, it already doesn't smell like vodka. Yeah, like I can hardly smell the vodka. All I can smell is like sugar. I'm literally just going for a tiny little sliver, just a wee taste, so that I don't vomit it back up immediately. Lightweight here. It smells like nothing. In the bottle, I must just be able to smell the sweeties at the bottom, but that tiny wee bit in the glass, Nah, I'm getting nothing for that. I think it's just going to be vodka with a slight sweetness to it. Nah, not even that, it's just like watered down vodka with a weird aftertaste. Yeah, like a watered down vodka aftertaste. Aye, so I'm going to go away. I'm going to let that soak in and dissolve. And I'll be back in a wee while and we'll see how it turns out. Right, so that's been about an hour and we're starting to get a bit of colour to it now. It's probably only half dissolved, but I'm going to go for a wee taste now. I don't know why I'm smelling it, because I can't smell anything. I didn't think I'd lost my sense of taste and smell. Maybe I did a wee bit. That's actually not bad. It's really sweet. So if that's only half dissolved, then what's it going to be like when it's going to be done? What's it going to be like the tipsy bartender way, putting half a bag of these in?
Looks like Bailey's.
It's good though. So I'm going to leave that to dissolve over the next couple of hours, possibly overnight if it needs it, and then we'll do a final taste when it's done. Right then, that's been another hour, and I would say it's pretty much dissolved. It's just a couple of tiny little bits at the bottom, so I would say that's good enough. Last time I did this it took a lot longer than 2 hours, but I'm not complaining. So let's get our final taste test done. Get it done, you. Yeah, it's good. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I'm going to go and get blutered on this. Just a couple of wee tips to finish off this video. If you're doing it with sweets, anything that can dissolve pretty much completely, then you should be fine. You shouldn't have to strain it or anything like that. I have heard people saying that you should skim the sort of oily, fatty stuff off the top, but it's next to nothing. It's not really going to make a huge difference, I don't think. I've never bothered doing that. If you're doing it with fruit, then you definitely will have to strain it. It definitely helps to run it through a coffee filter or something like that. Get all the kind of fine bits of pulp out of it. Like with this, obviously, it dissolved pretty quick, a couple of hours. When you're doing it with fruit, you're going to want to leave it for days. Weeks is better. 2 or 3 weeks is plenty, but if you can help it, the longer the better. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to pour another one of these and then head off to bed. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas for me, your dad, and all the rest of the SWYD family. Take it easy, troops. Have a good one.